everybody, and in this weather forecast we'll be talking about the upcoming severe weather happening March 10th and March 11th across the entire mainland USA, and we will be seeing a lot of severe weather. There could be the possibility of tornadoes, very large hail, and damaging winds. Again, this is Tuesday, March 10th and Wednesday, March 12th, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick summary about where and when these storms are going to hit and what we can expect out of these severe thunderstorms. Here, this is our March 9th outlook. By the time you're watching this video, this outlook is probably close to being over. This is late Monday. I'm filming this 8:22 currently. And right now there's a slight risk of severe weather, mainly in Alabama near Birmingham. There's also a marginal risk that goes from Jackson all the way to Alexandria, Mobile, Dothan, Columbus, and Atlanta. And also we got a small marginal risk down there in Arizona, where Phoenix and Tucson are also in the risk. But what I really want to talk about is our current day 2 outlook, or I should say Tuesday outlook. This is the most concerning day of severe weather over the next 2 days, or 3 actually, maybe even the next week. We got 2 enhanced risks. One is in Illinois and the other is in Texas. I'll start off with the one in Texas. The one in Texas, the main thing here is going to be hail and wind, but obviously an isolated tornado or 2 isn't ruled out. In fact, a tornado or 2 is probably likely. You might get multiple tornadoes down here. But up here in Illinois, places like Peoria, Springfield, Hannibal, and Chicago, almost Fort Wayne, are in enhanced risk. Damaging tornadoes are also a possibility, along with large wind and large hail. So a big slight risk from Texas all the way up to Ohio, and the marginal risk also surrounds that. I'll tell you some of the big cities that are in this risk. As you can see, we got Chicago, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Columbus, Peoria, Springfield, St. Louis, Evansville, Springfield, and Missouri, Hannibal, Des Moines, Omaha, Kansas City, Wichita, Garden City, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Woodward, Dallas, Waco, Austin, San Antonio, Fort Stockton, and Midland. Our tornado threat as we move into Tuesday. So as we can see here, this is our little legend down here. 2% tornado risk is green, 5% is brown, and 10% is yellow. We also have the intensity. This is just how strong the tornadoes will be. So we have 2% from Texas all the way up to Ohio and southern Michigan. We have a 5% SIG 1 in places like Alabama, Fort Stockton, Wichita Falls, and Dallas. And strong tornadoes are also possible in Waco near Oklahoma City. So we got, like I said, a big 2% risk engulfing most of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and some of Kansas. Then we got 5% risk and an actual 10% risk in places close to southern Chicago, Peoria, and Springfield in Illinois. Here is where we're watching the risk of damaging tornadoes. EF2, maybe an EF3 tornado is possible here and there. So you need to stay weather alert if you are in Illinois, northern Indiana, northern Missouri, or in anywhere really in central Texas over the next 2 days. There's the wind risk, as I was talking about earlier. We have the possibility of some damaging winds up to 70 or 80 miles per hour in places in central Texas. And as we go to our hail outlook, we have central Texas there again, but also Illinois, northern Indiana, and that northern Missouri area will also get damaging hail, probably up to 2, maybe even some 3-inch hail balls, which can easily destroy your car, outdoor materials, animals, plants, you name it. 3-inch hail can easily destroy any of that. So you got to be careful and stay weather aware. For day 3, it will be Wednesday, March 11th risk. As we can see, we have a slight risk across a lot of states, and our risk has shifted more to the eastern USA. Some of the risks, some of the states that are of risk here is Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, some of Indiana, Kentucky, Nashville, Arkansas, eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama are all on this risk. And some major cities are Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Columbus, Charleston, Indianapolis, Louisville, Bowling Green, Nashville, Memphis, Birmingham, Little Rock, Shreveport, and Alexandria. I'm going to get in depth about kind of when these storms are going to happen. So I'm just going to play the forecast. We got Tuesday, early Tuesday, not much, probably a few leftover storms from last night in Georgia, northern Georgia and northern Mississippi, but those are going to fizzle out. We got some snow, central Minnesota, north and South Dakota, and northern Wisconsin. And as we get into risk, it's mainly going to be a night risk. So some storms in Texas are probably going to start popping off maybe around 8 or 9. So we can see there in Oklahoma, and then there's going to be a big line. It's all kind of just going to converge. Some in northern central Illinois be popping off probably around the midnight area, maybe a bit before, like 10 or 11. And these storms are going to push to the east into places like, again, like northern Indiana, where a tornado risk was. And any storms that stay discrete can produce violent tornadoes, so we're going to need to be careful, especially if you're in Illinois. Then we're going to have a big line of projected storms kind of in Texas and Oklahoma, all the way up Oklahoma City, southern Texas, possibly even Mexico. And then these storms, like I said, are all going to combine. And then overnight is going to be a huge overnight risk. Morning thunderstorms continuing and possibly rain in Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. And then also line of thunderstorms, Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas. Then this kind of just going to form into one big line. This is where our risk of severe weather is going to be Wednesday. As we can see, again, there's just kind of like a line of orange and red, or if you don't really know much about it, that's heavy rain. And it's going to be basically heavy rain all the way from Pennsylvania, Ohio, all the way down to Texas. And it's going to be pushing Wednesday, and then Thursday it will get... Sorry, the video actually cut off, but as I was saying, Thursday is when our threat is going to start to fizzle out. We obviously could have a little marginally even a slight risk down there in Mississippi and in Georgia. These storms, like I said, are going to fade out. And possibly as we get into the future, another small system is possible up in Minnesota and Iowa, where some heavy snow and some rain is also possible. But late Thursday is when these risks of severe weather is going to fizzle out, and we will see if there will be any severe weather in the upcoming week or so. But that is all, guys. Thank you for watching my weather forecast. Please subscribe, and I will leave a link to my Twitter. This is in the description. Go follow that if you want. Again, thanks so much for watching. Share this for people who need it. Always stay weather aware, and I will see you guys in the next weather forecast. Bye.